A different age, a different retinoid, or a different retinol serum? Absolutely. Your age decides the type of retinoid that you should be using. Hey guys, welcome or welcome back. In this particular video, I'm going to be sharing with you and helping you pick the right variation of retinoid depending on your age. Yes, the only concern we're going to be talking about in this video is age. We're going to be talking about different skin concerns and different retinoids that will do best for your skin concern in a video a little later in the week. Keep in mind, this is a series that I'm doing on to get you more familiar, more comfortable with retinoids as an ingredient and also using them in your skincare. So with that, in this video, I'm going to be sharing first the age group of between 18 to 25. Now, typically in this age group, you really don't need a retinoid because what does retinoid do? Retinoid does 4 things very well. Number one thing it does is that it hits the retinoid receptors, which increase collagen production in our skin. And when you have high amount of collagen, so your skin looks plump, fresh and young, and also looks very hydrated. Now, when you're 25, you have so much of red collagen happening naturally, you don't require extra help of retinoid. Your skin looks pretty plump. But if you have acne, or if you have a lot of pigmentation, or if you already have a lot of UV damage because you lead a very active lifestyle, then you could definitely introduce a retinoid into your skincare. So between 18 and 25, you're looking for retinol serums because you require a diluted form of retinoid, considering you already have good amount of collagen happening in your skin. If you have acne, then you require tretinoic acid, which is a prescription retinoid. And I would advise that if you have acne on your skin, acne and breakouts are different. Breakout is if you have like 2-3 pimples which come around the time of your period, or if you've been lazy with your diet or not exercised, you get an occasional pimple. Those are called breakouts, and that's not typically acne at all. Acne is the skin disease which you get 10 to 20 pimples on a regular basis. They don't stop. There's pussing, there is pain. It could be nodular acne. I mean, there are 6 different types of acne. But basically, if your face is full of acne and don't get any respite and they happen at a very regular basis, then you have acne and you should definitely meet a dermatologist. So if you're looking at retinoids when you have acne, please begin by meeting a dermatologist because that is a skin disease and you require the help of a dermatologist. I'm going to be talking about 18 to 25 only in terms of when your skin is a little dull, you have an occasional breakout, you have a lot of UV damage, or you have a slight amount of pigmentation which comes because of being out in the sun too much. So look for a light retinol serum. I've done a video on different types of retinol serums. They're going to be listed over here. Please do have a look. It's also going to be in the description box. So when you're picking a retinol serum for yourself, you could actually pick a retinol serum where the retinol or the retinoid variation comes either midway in the ingredient list or comes even somewhere in the lower part of the ingredient list, because you're looking for just a little help in brightening your skin and making sure that your skin has a rhythmic cell turnover so that the occasional breakout also stops and your skin looks youthful and fresh. Plus also a little bit of damage that you have because of your active lifestyle gets a little bit of help with the retinol. So a mild retinol serum is what you're looking for. A good example is now this is a random retinol that I picked up. There's nothing to do with this particular product. But if you look at the ingredient list of this particular Dot & Key time reversal retinol serum, the retinoid is fairly lower in the ingredient list. So it's fairly mild for you to use. You could start with this. If you are over 25, if you're over 26, say about 27 to 32, if you're 27 to 32, then a few things are happening in your skin. Number one, your skin tends to be a little more uneven skin toned. You could be having a little more grayness on your skin. Your skin could be also starting with signs of a little deeper pigmentation. All of these come about because of few reasons. Number one reason is, of course, the cumulative UV damage. Not all of us are very particular about using sunscreen. We do tend to be lazy, we tend to forget, and you go out. So UV burning or radiation does cause a pigmentation on your skin. So that could be one concern that you have. The other thing is that the skin tends to look dull and grey because the stratum corneum of a skin, which is has all the horny cells or collects all the dead cells, becomes thicker. And because our skin cell turnover slows down with age, our skin starts looking duller around this time, so around 27 to 32. At this particular time, using a retinoid will help you dramatically because retinoids help make the stratum corneum thinner by getting rid of the dead cells faster. Because also, because your cell turnover is slower, they tend to collect faster. But retinoids make sure that the cell turnover is happening on a rhythmic basis of 20-25 days, so your stratum corneum is thinner. So your stratum corneum being thinner is not a problem at all. It's in fact good, because the thinner the stratum corneum is, that means the lesser dead cells on your face, the fresher and glowing your skin looks. Along with that, retinoid also helps build up the collagen bank. As we age, we lose almost 1% of collagen creating capability in our body, which means that by 32, it's fairly on the downslide. So using retinoid to build up the collagen is actually a good thing. So it's going to help your skin. The last thing is that the retinoids also help thicken the lower layers of your skin, making your skin firmer, tighter, and more supple. So retinoids addition to your skincare this time is a good idea. You could either get on to the tretinoic acid or the Retin A, which comes in the form of a tube. This is available at chemists. It's about 400 rupees. But it does have a lot of irritation and inflammation that it can cause on your skin. I've done a video dedicated to this on what's a good schedule for you to follow to make sure your skin adjusts very well to it. It's going to be listed in the description box or over here. If you don't want to go through the irritation, you could actually use the HPR version of tretinoic acid, which is a new entrant to retinoids and does not have the same irritation that this does. However, this has a lot of backing from science to it and has a lot of studies. It's a very well used ingredient and for sure is anti-aging and really helps your skin. This, being a new entrant, doesn't have the same backing, but it is good for your skin because it is in the end a retinoid minus the irritation. So you could choose between these two depending on your lifestyle choices or depending on how adventurous you want to be. You could also go on a retinol serum. The advantage of picking up these retinol serums is that you will get absolutely no irritation, no inflammation, and your skin will show results almost in the first 1 to 2 weeks, because that's how retinol serums are balanced. They have a lot of buffering agents so that there's no inflammation, there's no irritation, plus they have additional vitamin C and vitamin E, which kind of help the retinols to perform better. So you get good glow and good freshness to your skin. If you are between 33 to 38, then my recommendation is to definitely consider using the HPR or using the Retin A. If you don't want the irritation, go in with HPR. If you are bold enough to start with Retin A, then go in with Retin A. However, if you are at 38 and beyond, you're at, or closer to 40, then my recommendation would be to not waste any money on any of the retinol serums available, irrespective of how good the reviews are or what the percentage is, because at this particular time, what's happening with your skin is that the skin cell turnover is really slowed down to from 20-25 days to almost 40-45 days. So therefore, you have more collection of dead horny cells on your stratum corneum or on your skin. So therefore, your skin will look duller, it will definitely be drier, it may not have the same glow, and you will be beginning to see the first signs of fine wrinkles, or in fact deeper wrinkles also, because the collagen level is depleting in our body, and that's a normal biological process. We lose 1% of collagen with every year. So by 40, you lost a considerable amount of collagen. Along with that, you will also be seeing some sort of uneven skin tone and pigmentation, because that's the cumulative sun damage that our skin tends to collect. So it's very important to now start introducing retinoids so that all of these can be corrected and your skin can slow down the aging process. The retinoid will help build up the collagen because it hits the retinoid receptors, which help build the collagen. It will start improving the skin cell turnover, therefore your stratum corneum will look nice and shiny because now the dead cells have been sloughed off, and also because of the collagen buildup and the fact that retinoid builds up the lower layers of your skin will look plump and taut and will look younger and definitely fresher. Plus, remember that vitamin A or retinoids have a cumulative advantage. So starting with 40 and for the next 15 years, you're going to be using this, your skin will definitely remain healthier and stronger. So in fact, I've seen people who've used a vitamin A for the last 8 to 9 years or 10 years, their skin is remarkably younger as compared to anybody in their demography. I've started using Retin-A or retinoic acid only in the last 7 to 8 years, and I used to be a swimmer, so we used to be in the pool from 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I was a horse rider, used to be out in the sun a lot, so I have had considerable amount of sun damage. In fact, I was having terrible melasma, which right now is fairly under control. As you can see, I don't use any foundation, vagera and all that stuff. I just use a little bit of concealer for my eyes, under eye dark circles, but otherwise I don't require a lot of makeup at all. So Retin-A has had dramatic effect in helping my melasma. I've done a video on that as well. It's going to be listed in the description box or over here. So strongly advise that post 38-40 you start looking at Retin-A into your skincare. I've done a video on how to introduce Retin-A into your skincare without the irritation and the inflammation. Please do have a look. It will really help you in making sure that your skin doesn't have to suffer through the retinization process at all. And you can have a very smooth transition into using Retin-A. With that, I come to the end of my video. If you have any questions or comments, please do leave them in the description box below. I'm happy to connect with you and help you get started on your Retin-A journey, because that's one of the best things you can do for your skin. Till I catch you next time, be good to your skin and hair. Bye.